The bell above the gun shop door jingled once, sharp and clear, slicing through the lazy hum of small-town conversation like a warning shot. She walked in with purpose. Not fast, not slow, just steady, like someone who had nothing left to prove. The room stiffened. One man paused mid-laugh. Another dropped his eyes to the counter, pretending to read the label on a box of ammo. She wore a plain olive-green jacket, zipped up to her collarbone. On her wrist, a braided black cord, faded at the edges. Her hair was tied back in a low bun, neat but tired. Her boots were military, scuffed, worn, but still grounded like concrete. Behind the counter stood Rick Dalton, owner, veteran, and, these days, a man too comfortable with assumptions. He gave her a once-over, slow and obvious. "You sure you're in the right place, miss?" he said, not bothering to smile. She didn't answer. Just placed a folded paper on the counter. Her permit. Her hands didn't shake. Her eyes didn't flinch. A long, awkward silence wrapped the room like fog. Then Rick scoffed. "Military ID doesn't mean you know how to handle what we sell here. Some folks get lucky pushing paper in offices and still think they've seen war." Still, she said nothing, but her fingers curled gently around a keychain hanging from her belt loop, a small steel tag, engraved with the initials JLH and the number 22. Just that. Nothing more. He didn't notice. N01 in the shop did. Her name was Captain Eliza Hart. 12 years. 3 deployments. 2 bullet wounds. 1 shattered kneecap. And 22 brothers and sisters in arms who never made it home. One of them her younger brother, James. James had always dreamed of becoming a pilot. When he turned 18, he followed her into the service. Eliza blamed herself every day since the helicopter crash in Kandahar. His tag never left her side. After the funeral, she stopped speaking at ceremonies, stopped attending barbecues. But she never stopped watching, observing, listening. Now here she was, back in her hometown. No parade, no welcome sign, just suspicion and silence. The men in the shop laughed quietly when Rick handed her a sleek, black rifle. "Think you can handle it?" She didn't speak. Instead, she walked calmly to the indoor range, slid on the protective gear, and loaded the weapon with a smoothness that silenced even the smirkers. Then came the first shot. Bullseye, second. Bullseye, third, fourth, fifth. A perfect circle formed at the center of the target. When she stepped back, the room was still. Rick's face had gone pale. The others stood frozen, their amusement dissolved into stunned silence. She placed the rifle back on the counter, gently. Then she reached into her jacket pocket and placed something next to the tag. A small photo. Faded. 2 soldiers, her and James, smiling in front of a Chinook, dust swirling around their boots. She looked at Rick just once. "You asked if I know how to handle it," she said, voice low and even. "I carried a weapon every day for 12 years. But I carry this for life." She didn't point to the gun. She pointed to the tag. "The world may forget the fallen, but I carry 22 names in silence." Rick looked down, and for the first time, truly saw her. Not the woman, not the veteran, but the weight she carried. N01 in that room said. Another word. As she turned to leave, one of the younger men at the back, barely 20, stepped forward. He raised a hand, almost like a salute, then dropped it nervously. But she had seen it. That was enough. By the time she reached the sidewalk, a crowd had gathered. Someone had posted her photo, the target with 5 perfect holes, and her walking away. Online.it was already going viral. They didn't know her name, but the caption read, "She didn't argue. She didn't boast. She let her silence speak louder than any weapon ever could." And beneath that, "Honor isn't loud. It walks in quietly, leaves a mark, and never asks for applause." If this story moved you, share where you're watching from in the comments. Let us know what you carry in silence. And if you believe quiet strength still matters in this world, subscribe for more stories that honor those who never asked to be seen, but deserve to be remembered.